Hello and welcome to the Retro Maccast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Mac fans.
Emphasis on old.
We are back. Did anybody come find us this week? Garth?
Yeah, Garth, Apple's Anonymous.
All right.
Maybe a few other lurkers.
Maybe. Well, what happened last week? Why didn't we get together last week? Something happened. I think work got in the way for me.
Yep, you called me.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, that was it. As it does. Pesky work that pays the bills. If it weren't for that, then, we couldn't do any of this actually. So we need that.
It's not a cheap hobby sometimes. not a cheap hobby sometimes.
It is a cheap hobby after you've paid for everything.
Well, you say
right?
that, but I just finished telling you how I bought
you managed to keep throwing down money, in the interest of preserving your old Mac. So yeah, you're right. No, I'm talking about the pod. I mean but you're not doing that strictly for this show.
No,
you'd be doing it anyway.
I blame people like Steve and Garth and Eric who do all these repairs and then go, I think I could try that. So speaking of that, I'll give you an update on that Mac Classic.
Hold on. Why don't we tell the listening audience?
Watching
and listening audience. Okay, so let's start the show for real.
Sure.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Retro Maccast with James and John. This is episode 682 for June 3rd, 2024. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
You were about to tell me before we
hit
the record button that you have a progress update on last week's 2 weeks ago.
Last time I had recapped it was my first surface mount recapping of a Macintosh Classic board that had been so corroded that all the capacitors fell off on their own. Got it cleaned, thought I had everything working, and I realized it was only showing 512K of RAM. And thankfully, the internet and the Google did not fail me, and I found out that what chip it was, and it was what I was thinking it was because it still had some gunk on it. So a couple more rounds of solder and flux. Got that fixed. So it is now seeing the full 4 meg of RAM. And got really lucky. So there was one chip that was so corroded that one of the legs basically just disintegrated on it, but for some reason it was still working. It's a little voltage regulator chip, and it turns out it is a leg of that chip that is not connected to anything.
It's
so
vestigial.
I got lucky, but I will consider it done once I get it cleaned in my new Sonic cleaner. I talked to Steve, Mac 84, and as far as like what to get for the stuff to put inside the cleaner and everything for electronics. So that is on its way, and I'll get it cleaned, and that one will be ready. And then I'll be tackling the Macintosh Classic 2 that I've got. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. All right. Well, this week you're gonna tell us about another little project you did. And I see it there. It's sitting behind you. You added a little flare to the inside of your SE30.
Yes.
But not just any SE30. Well, we'll talk about it more in detail.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Sure.
And we're going to, and those that are listening, it would behoove you to track down the video on YouTube.
That's right.
This is very visual. We'll do our best to describe what's going on here. All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with eBay finds. All right.
There you go. Yeah,
And
Eric.
it looks like
Yeah.
Eric's Edge has joined us.
Yeah, Eric,
Okay.
I need to
Hmm.
look at it yet, but I noticed that Eric just posted a video on database management system
Mhm.
in HyperCard video, so I'm looking forward to checking that out.
All right, let's get into eBay finds
All right.
in 3, 2, 1. Time now for eBay finds. Last episode we had the vintage 1985. The date's dubious, but Apple Macintosh Cleveland Indians watch. This is a weird one. It's that little digital watch, like in great shape, that had both Apple Computer in Modern Tectura. I mean, it says 85 on it, but it's weird that it's a Modern Tectura font in conjunction with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cleveland Indians logo and the Apple logo somehow occupying the face of a watch. Well, that one sold after just one bid for $19.95,
Huh. All right. Well, good.
which I think is a great price for such a curiosity.
Absolutely.
And then we had, it was a collection of Macs. And I think we sort of loosely added up like the total, what a good value is. And I think we
Right,
quickly
right.
came up to 1,000, which is what the buy it now was. It is still available for a buy it now, or you can make an offer. This is located in Felt, Idaho. And that's probably why it's going to be a while before it sells, because I don't think Felt, Idaho is a population center of the United States.
And these are definitely a pickup
Yeah.
only.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of.
And I'm still
lot of
envious
iMacs
whoever
and
ends up with
towers.
that really great CRT
Mm-hmm.
blue and white display. Oh,
Yeah,
love that.
the 17. Is it a 17? Did they make that in the 17 and 21?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a 17 though. It doesn't. Does it look big enough to be the 20? I don't know. It's
I don't think
honking
it's big enough to be. I don't know. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the side of my G3, blue and white G3 right now. That might be a 21.
Did it say in the description? 17. It says 17 in the description. All right. And was there one more? I think there was. The tech step
The tech step, yes.
for testing out your Mac. See, if you had that, you would have been able to tell exactly why you weren't seeing the full 4 megs of your RAM. They still want to buy it now, $1,498, or you can make an offer. Yeah, the buy it now seems a little high. Probably why it hasn't sold. Okay. 3 auctions this week. The first is Apple Macintosh 2X. It says nice and owned by Apple Computer. Rare. Description says, it says the Apple asset tag is still on the back. Computer comes as shown. Probably needs a cleaning, recap, repair. Does not power on for parts only due to the age. And so looking at the pictures here, the first one shows a very clean
Yeah, that
external
case
case.
is
It's actually
pristine.
like no yellowing and no major marks or scars or
Oh, it's got a few little dings.
little, not
Just
too
a little.
bad. I mean, I give it
Not too bad, no, for its age.
A minus, A, and then there's the interesting tag they describe. In the back, it has little barcode, the Apple logo. It says property of Apple Computer Inc. Expensed equipment. And
Looks like
then,
it's got one card in it, a display card.
Yep, missing a few port covers. Top of I see there's that might be just residue there on the top, but the inside looks equally clean. You can see the one video card, some of the other cards are populated.
Hopefully the battery was taken out.
Yeah, we don't get a whole lot of good detailed pictures of the inside. I'll zoom in here a little bit and see what we can see. Of course, we can't see underneath the drive cage very well, but it looks in pretty good shape. I don't know. Might be a good little project. I don't know. Does the little Apple decal buy it much in terms of rarity? I don't know. It's kind of a
I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. I mean, and they're not asking like a ridiculous price, I don't think.
$395 is the buy it now. There's no make an offer.
Yeah.
$395. Yeah, I mean, if you get this thing up and working, it's worth, I don't know, twice that, something like that. I don't know. They have free local pickup from Oakland, California, where you can have it shipped out to you. So, yeah, it's a curious little project right there. Of course, it's not the 2FX, but not too shabby with the 2X. Okay, what's next?
All right, next up, we have a vintage Macintosh Color Classic 2 with the original box and accessories. Wow. Now, this is one that I thought was, mostly, Japan, 512K of VRAM, 8 meg of RAM. This has been upgraded RAM-wise, as you can see in one of the pictures here, showing that it's got 36 meg of RAM installed, which is great. I'm trying to see. So, yeah, it shows it running. It's got an 030 running at 33 megahertz. 36 meg of RAM, Color Classic 2. Fantastic. Let's see what else they have to say. Manufactured in January 1984, tested and works. Case is in very good physical shape with mostly uniform yellowing present, so no tan lines. That's good. Mac Color Classic 2 was never sold originally in the United States and was the last most powerful of the compact Macs. $500 right now. It's had 5 bids so far. I expect this to go for several hundred more. Shipping, they've taken into account, obviously, doing some good shipping, because like shipping to us from Virginia is $125. So
I expect
think?
this to, it'll ease. I think it'll get close to 1,000, if not more. Given the rarity and the condition, I mean, original box, all the original stuff. I mean,
shows it running.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then one thing I did not check. Hang on a second. I'm trying to get a close up of the keyboard to see if it has the. Yep, it has the. I can never remember hiragana or katakana.
Yeah.
But it has the that on the keys. So.
Oh yeah. Where's the keyboard picture? I was gonna. Oh, there. You can barely see the edge of it. Yeah.
You can just see it. Yeah.
There we go. Awesome. What a find. All right. Well, I guess we got one more, don't we?
One more.
Look at this one. Another one.
Oh, the original box. Wow. Another sought after.
The big bad Power Macintosh 9600/300 with 64 megs of RAM, a 4 gig hard drive, running OS 7.6. Description reads, let's see, tested, powers on, boots to Mac OS 7.6. It's got a twin turbo PCI video card, CD, zip, floppy, original box, and some original media, including the software restore CD. It's in good condition with light wear and tear from age. Minor yellowing near the back. Original box has some wear as shown. And they say computer and box was shipped in a second box to preserve the original one. And that's great because presumably, I don't know if we have pictures, but it's got the original styrofoam, which makes it great for shipping these things, which might start to brittle with age. Let's take a look at these pictures. Looks like a few little marks could maybe get cleaned up.
I always thought it was kind of cool on this kind of era where they'd throw a little bit of color plastics in. Like this one on the very top, it has that the
little push button for the door,
kind of a blueberry blue, right?
Yeah, they're just starting to come in. It's such an odd thing, isn't it, for something that's just so dominated by beige to have that little bit of like Bondi blue, a nod towards the coming like,
yes,
G3 blue and white tower. Let's see, we got the package with the original discs, and there's the boot screen. Obviously the monitor is included, so you have to figure that all out. Looks sharp. What do they want for this? $495 is the buy it now. No make-it offer.
I'm really kind of surprised it's still here, because that is kind of a sought after one.
It is. You just don't see them very often. Because it was such an expensive monster. I mean, purchasing one of these new was you had to have a lot of money, right? So, yeah, I don't know what the market is for such a computer. Makes a great what do you call them?
What, like a
We used
server or a
no, there was a
bridge Mac?
Bridge Mac. There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Um, because you could easily interface to both the different eras, given all the
Hmm.
ports and running the classic OS and heck, you could even dual boot this into OS 10, right, with some finagling. So
Yeah, was it ex post facto? Was that the program that would
yeah,
let
right,
you shoehorn?
right, right. So there you go, 495. We'll check in next week and see if it sells. Okay.
All right.
Apple's Anonymous wants it shipped to Australia. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Eric got
that
his
would
for
be impressive.
$40.
I
Oh
don't know
my
if he was talking
goodness.
about that or about his G3.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
which is also another great bridge machine. I've got
Mm-hmm.
the horizontal beige G3. It is great.
Okay. So we're gonna get into you're gonna show some pictures here. So let's
Yeah.
go in 3, 2, 1. All right, we gonna tease this a little bit at the beginning of the show, but John's got another project he's sharing with us. I don't think you've even well, the basic computer, but what you did to it since you built the original computer, I don't think you've never mentioned it here. So this is kind of a
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so all
there's
right. So
yeah,
I've got two of the clear cases.
from MacFX.
From MacFX, Mark Jositis sent me kind of what was one of the factory reject ones. It's kind of cloudy, and I thought it looked amazing
Mm-hmm.
until I bought
The
the
non-cloudy.
real one, and oh my
Yeah.
gosh, these things, they're crystal clear.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're looking at, you're like, is there a side on this thing? It is that clear looking.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Um, yeah, I posted this on Reddit not that long ago, and got some
Oh.
very nice reviews, except for one guy. There's always
Uh-oh.
got to be one guy who's like, I don't understand why people want to do this. It was fine in the beige case. Um,
Well,
so
listen. In fairness, I was kind of in a bad mood that week.
I didn't want to say anything.
And I
I
want
didn't
to
want to
keep you
call
I want
you
to keep
out.
yeah, I wanted to keep you on your game. I mean, come on. I don't want to
Um,
get you too
so
full
all
of
right.
yourself.
So you got this clear case, and I thought about putting lights in it, and I'm like, you know what? No, let me do something different. So what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do was kind of add some of the apple color to it. So I took it all
Right.
apart, and I started painting bits and pieces. So I've got all
Ooh.
6 apple colors represented throughout the thing. Yeah, so like just on the front alone, I've got the speaker, the outer part of the speaker is painted orange. Uh, Part of the metal cage that holds everything, part of it's blue, part of it's yellow, part of it's green. The brightness adjustment knob is purple, and then you can see the top of the tray for the floppy is red. So
Yeah, so you get all 6 colors
I got
represented
all
just on the
6 right
front.
there, just on the front. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I wanted to also kind of continue it around. So over on the side, on the side
Oh.
without the analog board, I've got blue. I've got a really nice swath of orange on the side of the metal cage. You can see the power supply in the back is painted a nice red color.
Uh-huh.
And then
And
the
man,
metal band around the
yeah.
monitor, I did a very nice vibrant green.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And coincidentally, I guess the the wire to the CRT was that already red like
That's
that?
already red. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that what
Um,
is that what gave you the idea? Looking at it, and you saw the red, and it's like what? Or
no, but I
oh
figured power supply dangerous, go ahead and do that red.
yeah.
And then I wanted to find a way to be able to access the SD card that's on the blue SCSI, and there's that
Mhm.
port on the back, and I was
Mhm.
gonna maybe do something in 3D and print it on my 3D printer. And I'm like,
Mhm.
you know what? I bet you somebody's already done it. And sure enough, so yeah, if you look on the back, I've printed it in a nice green plastic, and that you can see
Mm.
the SD card. But
Mhm.
then I also thought I would also add a little bit of color using with the interrupt switch. So I've got a nice
Mhm.
purple interrupt switch. Also
Mhm.
was able to find the 3D model for that online, and did that in a nice purple. So because purple was the least utilized color.
Yeah.
So, speaking of 3D printers and spending money, I did recently get a new 3D printer. I got a Bamboo A1 Mini. I love the thing. It's come a long way since I bought my first 3D printer. What 7 years ago now? So, one of the materials I've got is called TPU. It's a flexible material, and I thought it would be fun to do some custom feet for it. Not the best quality on this one. First of all, those things are only about a centimeter wide, so they're pretty
Uh-huh.
tiny to begin with. And then this was my first time using that TPU, so I think I probably under extruded it a little bit. But yes, the feet for this thing have an imprint of Claris, the command symbol, the stopwatch, and what is supposed to be the Happy Mac icon, but you can still make out the shape of the Macintosh. So
Right.
yeah,
Oh, those are pretty
so those
awesome.
those are what's underneath on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
I have to say it
Very
was
neat.
fun. It was fun to do. I do like all the colors. You know, I was always been a fan of kind of modding stuff anyway. So
Uh-huh. Does the MacFX case come with feet?
yes, yeah, it's just some
Okay.
clear
Yeah.
feet. Yeah,
Okay. Very nice.
yeah,
Wow. I like what you did. I think it's a great
yeah.
um because yeah, you could do lights, but I think you could also do lights on top of this too to really show off what's going on inside if you wanted
Yeah,
to at
yeah,
some point.
yeah. But
Something
I
subtle.
think just enough light from the front. If I
Mm-hmm.
was going to do anything like that, I would probably go ahead and just do a thin EL, like a white EL wire sort.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
just to give it
Mm-hmm.
enough of a glow to kind of highlight the color. But pretty happy
Yeah.
with the way it is.
Excellent. All right. Well, um, surely our descriptions weren't good enough. So if you if you're not already watching this on YouTube, you should go check it out and see for yourself and decide is it good or is it bad? Looks like there's some mixed responses in our audience right now. I'm not sure if they're just messing with you, right? All right, awesome.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Okay.
So, Garth, you
Uh,
must have seen that
oh,
on
Apple's
Reddit then.
Anonymous. Just kidding. Okay. You mean you revealed it somewhere else before here? I can't believe we didn't get exclusive rights. I don't know what to think about that.
It is very nice. You know, this is the board that Joe fixed for me at
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, it's a rock solid system now. I love it.
Okay. Let's go to the news. You ready?
Let's
In
do it.
3, 2, 1. Time now for the news. Well, it's been a while since the I'm a Mac, I'm a PC ad campaign aired. Went for years. It was beloved with Justin Long as the Mac and was it Hodgman? Is that
Hodgman,
right?
yeah, yeah. John Hodgman and
John
Justin
Hodgman,
Long.
right, was the PC, and they
Mm-hmm.
would, you know, try to tout their various advantages. Um, I don't know if did you hear about this just the other day? There was a keynote at the Snapdragon Computex, and Justin returned as Mac.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
really?
please welcome Chairman of Tytra, James Huang.
Oh, and then I'm playing it here. Is it playing?
I can kind of hear it. It's a little.
Well, crap. I thought I had it queued up, and then I screwed that up. You know what it was? I don't know. Well, so much for that. I had it queued up,
Ah.
but let me just say, so he reprised his role as Mac,
As Mac. That's
but
really cool.
saying that he switched because times change or something. So he's now embracing, I guess, Windows on ARM processors or something nutty because he was getting too many pop-ups on his Mac. So not a good news for Mac. All right. Well, I botched that one. I don't know why. I just watched it and rewound it. Let's see. A life hacker: how to turn your modern Mac into an old school Macintosh.
There we go.
And yeah, and this has a collection of things here that you can do to give yourself a retro look, including like an icon set and but the thing that was on here that I had no idea existed, I'm going to scroll here. There's like a front end that looks like iTunes that you can use as a music
Oh
player.
my
And there's
gosh.
a retro terminal app that has like a
Yep, I was familiar
CRT
with that
look.
one. Mhm.
But look at this. Bring back iTunes and iPhoto, where you can run on a newer Mac the latest iTunes an old version of iTunes and iPhoto using this thing called Retroactive to install.
Oh,
Which if you click on it, there's a GitHub for it. And in the about, it says Retroactive only receives limited support. Run Aperture, iPhoto, and iTunes on macOS Sonoma, Ventura, Monterey, Big Sur, and Catalina. It says it will also run Final Cut Pro 7, Logic Pro 9, and iWork 09 on Mojave and High Sierra. So
so it's running. So you're able to run 32-bit software.
is that essentially what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah, because they never made 64-bit, right? Am I doing this right?
Probably, yeah, for those old versions. I don't know. There may be even other problems just with the older OSs and what they had. There's some. It's not like universal, so it's only been targeted for a handful of old apps. So it's an interesting project that I just learned about. So that's in the article, and then there's an icon set you can get, and there's retro wallpaper. Of course, they talk about running old versions of macOS in a web browser via things like Infinite Mac as well. So
Yeah.
lifehacker.com is where that all is. A bunch of events coming up just around the corner, which is next week, right? WWDC is coming.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
So there'll be a keynote. There'll be announcements. I don't know that we're going to get any new Macs or anything. I'm not sure there's any rumors on that. There's talk about how AI might be incorporated into a future
into Siri or something. Yeah.
something, right? So that's kind of what everybody's keen about learning. And then after that, a pair of big retro fests, Kansas Fests, is happening.
Oh yeah, so since you've got it up there, I want to mention. So last couple of years they did in person and virtual at the same time. You know, they ran simultaneously, but they're actually going to do them as two separate events this time.
Right, so they don't have to
yeah.
manage the two things at the same time. It's kind of a mess. So yeah, the in person is July 16th through 21st, and the virtual
also in Illinois this year, not in Kansas.
Oh, that's
City.
right. Not even in Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We're in Illinois, but they're still calling it Kansas Fest. Virtual will be the July 27th and 28th. So that's just a 2-day event. And you can register at kansasfest.org. Unfortunately, you can't go to Kansas Fest and go to Vintage Computer Festival Southeast 11.0 because it's the same
weekend.
And John, are you going to either?
Yes. I'll be going to the Vintage Computer Festival / Southern Fried Game Room Expo.
Oh, okay. I don't remember you were making plans for that. So you will not be at Kansas Fest.
I will not be at Kansas Fest this year, right?
Will you participate virtually?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll definitely
you will
do
participate virtually.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, neat.
Yeah, because
right.
There's no conflict with that, right? No, or am I thinking?
No, there is no conflict. And I think didn't last week we attempted for you to call into the show during the festival or something? Didn't we try something like that? It didn't work out. I
Well,
don't remember.
yeah. Well, I mean, in the past,
we do it?
the last time I went to a show, remember Kansas Fest last year, I didn't even stay till the weekend when we recorded at that point.
Uh-huh. Of course, now we do
So,
the show in the evening, so
correct. Yeah, which means that I will hopefully get some nice footage and everything from the
yeah,
Vintage Computer Festival, maybe some interviews that we
yeah.
can share.
Well, are you you're not, but you're
Not
not
the
setting
Midwest
up
one. No, I won't
or
be able to. No, I'm not
you're
going to
not
do
taking
like
anything.
the marathon table or anything like that.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
this year. I will just be a participant.
Hmm.
I do hope to maybe get an update on the computer museum. The Lonnie Mims.
Yeah, you could, while you're in town, maybe you could visit.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm hoping.
that would be fun. I'm sure they'll
Yeah, there
have
is also a
special.
Vintage Computer Festival Midwest that's coming up, which I wish I could make it to because there's going to be a lot of people we know
Hmm.
that have been on the show, and it would be really fun to be able to get to meet them. But I doubt that's going to be able to happen for me.
Right. And the Midwest, what's the date on that one? How come
Let me look.
I'm not even seeing it here on their website. I got East, West, Southwest, SoCal, Southeast, Florida.
It
There's one in Florida?
is September 7th and 8th.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's supposed to be one in Florida. Details coming soon. But it'll probably be not in our part
with
of
South.
Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. All right. Well, hopefully everybody out there has an opportunity to attend one of these awesome events. Okay. We're just about done. Let's do a little outro. Are you're around next week, John?
yes, I am.
Yeah, me too. Okay. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well that wraps up another episode of the Retro Mattcast. We will be back next week unless work gets in the way, but I'm not anticipating that. Looks to be smooth sailing. So come back. We'll talk about something. Has not been planned yet. And remember to join us on YouTube live if you want. That's on Monday evenings at 7:30 Central. Or just come on by and watch the video so you can see
Yeah.
exactly what we were talking about with John's 6-color innards of his SE30 with the MacFX case. And we always do, sometimes we do fun stuff afterwards too, which I'm going to talk about that thing that's hanging behind me. I don't know that anybody in the chat mentioned it, but I'll talk about it anyway here after we finish up the audio version. So until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay. Did anybody notice it? It's there's actually a couple new things in the
head's
background.
kind of in the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. All right, let me go grab
You
it.
need a very large pair of pants to be able to put that in. Eric, I still want to have you on the show at some point to talk about HyperCard. Need to make that happen. Oh, here he comes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Get closer to me here so I can talk about
Oh,
this.
dude.
This
Holy cow.
used to hang
I
in
thought
my
it was just a flat front. I forgot
no.
that it was.
This used to hang in my
3D.
office at work for years. And it's one of those scale models of an iPod that used to hang in Apple stores that they were supposed to destroy, right? And so I hung it for many years in my office, and what I did is I took my own photos, like a collage, and I put it over the
Okay.
image here.
Is it?
And then
I can't make out who that is.
I think it's CeeLo.
CeeLo? Okay, I wasn't sure whether it was CeeLo Green or not.
Yeah.
All right.
And I I had this collage of photos of there. I just took it off today. It's the first time I've seen what's under here since I got this thing.
Ah,
But
okay.
it's you can see the thickness of it. And it's got the
Wow.
back and the mirrored iPod there. And then I think did I drill some holes? Yeah, I think I
Oh,
had
so
to
you could
punch some
hang it?
holes so I can run some wire
Ah.
and hang it.
So how come you haven't replaced that with like an LCD screen or an LED screen yet? That
Well,
was
I
running
mean,
an old iTunes
back when
with
I
the,
got this,
visualizer.
yeah, back when I got this, that would have you couldn't have done such a thing. I mean, this is pretty old.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you could possibly, you could. I mean, there's a pretty good cavity inside
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
You could rig it
I
up
would
if you
totally make that my music player. Just
Yeah.
throw
wanted. So
That's
yeah, I
great.
love these things when they had them in the stores. And no, this was an eBay pickup.
Okay, I was just gonna ask if it was wow.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's in an amazing condition, right? Just fingerprints and dust. This would clean up really nice, and the decal just kind of stuck on there. It's not etched or anything, but just a really nice little.
Very neat.
Let's see. That's the which model is that? Is that a? Do they call that one a mini? The widescreen mini? Is that what we're looking at? Or the
I don't
nano?
know that-
I think it's a nano widescreen.
Is it? Okay.
Is that what that is? I should know.
I'm just trying to think of the aspect ratio on that one. Yeah, I would.
Or is it? Or is it actually?
I think it just might be one of the first color
color. I don't.
iPods. Yeah.
That's why I thought it was a nano.
Garth
like they have the
thinks
nano
it's a
widescreen,
Nano. Yeah.
something like that. All right. Well, there's your bonus stuff for those that
It's the
came to
Mega
see the
Nano.
YouTube. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for coming. We're so happy that people come watch and interact.
Especially with our very wonky schedule lately. So yes,
Yeah.
much appreciated.
Catch us when you can. All right. Well, we will see you next week. Everybody have a great evening. Play a little music to play us out. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Retro Mattcast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromattcast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromattcast.com.